Welcome to Yes Sampat Educator.
Hello everyone, this is Rashi and I welcome to you all to this weekly current affairs series which is for the third week of January 2023. So let's go through the headlines first. 18th National Disaster Response Force Day celebrates on 19th January 2023. Kasaba Dada Saheb Jadav's 97th birth anniversary, wrestler honored by Google Doodle. Akane Yamaguchi and Victor Axelsen win Malaysia's Open Women's Men's Singles crown. Lakshman Raut won National Sports Club of India's Snooker Open Crown 2023. Nanera bagged Golden Kailasha Award in Ajanta Ellora Film Festival. Navy's Republic Day tableau to reflect Nari Shakti. Aruna Miller becomes Maryland's first Indian-American Lieutenant Governor. Indian-American attorney Janani Ramachandran becomes first LGBTQ women of Color City Council. Captain Surbhi Jhakmola becomes first women officer to be posted at BRO. 21st Varuna Naval Exercise between India and France begins. Indian Army organized cyber threat seminar cum workshop Sanyarang Kshetram 2.0. First edition of Indo-Egypt Joint Training Exercise Cyclone 1 begins. 5th Cavalry class submarine Wagi to be commissioned into Indian Navy. ISRO Shukrayaan 1 mission to planet Venus reportedly shifted to 2031. And now let's discuss all these news in details. So our first news is from Important Days section. 18th National Disaster Response Force Day is celebrated on January 19, 2023 by the National Disaster Response Force. This day has been celebrated since 2006 when the Rescue Force was officially formed. The Specialized Multi-Skilled Rescue Force is made up of battalions from the Border Security Force, Central Reserve Police Force, Central Industrial Security Force, Indo-Tibetan Border Police, Shasastra Seema Bal and Assam Rifles. The NDRF is the primary agency responsible for conducting rescue operations during disasters like drowning, building collapses, landslides, devastating floods, earthquakes and cyclones. Now our next news is from sports section. On 15th January, Google celebrates 97th birth anniversary of Kasaba Dada Saheb Jadav's with a Google Doodle. Jadav, a pocket dynamo, is renowned for becoming the first athlete from an independent India to take home an Olympic medal. Next is Akane Yamaguchi and Victor Axelsen won the Malaysia Open Super 1000 Women's and Men's Singles title in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Yamaguchi, the reigning world champion, registered a come-from-behind win over world number 4 An Se Young to clinch the Super Series Premier title. Yamaguchi won her maiden Super Series Premier title at the China Open in 2017. Next is Lakshman Raut of PSPB overcame fellow PSPB challenger Aditya Mehta 9-6 in a best of 17 frame final. Lakshman Raut of PSPB emerged victorious in the Bockline NSCI All India Snooker Open. Previously, Lakshman Raut won the runner-up in the last edition of the All India Snooker Open, losing to Saurav Kothari in the finals. This win marks Lakshman Raut's first major title after 2 to 3 years. Now our next news is from Award and Honours. Rajasthani film Nanera, directed by Deepankar Prakash, bagged the Golden Kailasha Award for the best movie at the Ajanta Ellora Film Festival. Nanera means grandfather's house, revolves around Manish, the main character. After the death of his father, Manish's uncle starts taking his life decisions. The character's journey leads him to a questionable point where he begins a secret love affair with a cousin and the family finds itself in the middle of another death. Nanera has also bagged award for Best Director, Best Screenplay and Best Editor. Now our next news is from National section. Nari Shakti will be driving the theme of this year's Republic Day tableau of Navy. Not just the front of the tableau will feature a woman air crew of a Dornier aircraft flying overhead, but Lieutenant Commander Disha Amrit has been tasked with commanding its parade contingent. Amrit, a Naval Air Operations officer, will be leading the contingent of 144 sailors and will be assisted by another woman officer, Sub-Lieutenant Vali Meena S., who is one of the 3 platoon commanders. Lieutenant Ashwani Singh and Sub-Lieutenant M. Aditya are the 2 others, according to the Navy. Its world-renowned brass band of 80 musicians will be led by M. Anthony Raj, MCPO, while Lieutenant Commander Indrajit Chauhan has been designated as overall tableau commander. Now the next news from international section. Aruna Miller has a scripted history by becoming the first Indian-American politician to be sworn in as the Lieutenant Governor in the state of Maryland, adjoining the US Capitol. Aruna, 58, a former delegate to the Maryland House, made history when the Democrat became the 10th Lieutenant Governor of the state. The Lieutenant Governor is the state's highest official following the Governor and assumes the role when the Governor is out of state or incapacitated. Morey became Maryland's 63rd Governor, the state's first and the country's only current black chief executive. The newly sworn-in Lieutenant Governor took her oath on the Bhagavad Gita. Next is, a 30-year-old Indian-American attorney, Janani Ramchandran, has emerged as the youngest and the first queer woman of color to take oath as the Oakland City Council member in the US state of California. She took the ceremonial oath wearing a sari as the Oakland City Council member for District 4 in an inauguration ceremony. Ramchandran currently serves on the California Commission on Asian and Pacific Islander American Affairs. Ramchandran has previously held the position of Commissioner at the City of Oakland Public Ethics Commission in addition to her current position on the California Commission on Asian and Pacific Islander American Affairs. The graduate of Stanford University and the University of California, Berkeley, has held positions in a number of legal charities. As a first-time candidate in a 2021 run for State Assembly, she shocked political experts by advancing to the special election runoff, coming out on top amongst a field of previously elected officials. Now the next news is from Defense section. Captain Surbhi Jhakmola of the Indian Army's 117 Engineer Regiment will be the first women officer to be posted on a foreign assignment at the Border Roads Organization. The officer will be sent to Bhutan as part of the Project Dhantak. The Border Road Organization is an executive road construction force in India that support the Indian Armed Forces. Next is, according to the Ministry of Defense, the 21st edition of Varuna, the bilateral naval exercise between India and France, commenced on the western seaboard. This edition of the exercise will witness participation of indigenous guided missile stealth destroyer INS Chennai, guided missile frigate INS Teg, maritime patrol aircraft P-81 and Dornier, intriguer helicopters and MiG-29K fighter aircraft. The French Navy will be represented by the aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle, frigate FS Forbin and Provence, support vessel FS Man and maritime patrol aircraft Atlantique. The exercise will be conducted over 5 days from 16 to 20 January 2023 and will witness advanced air defense exercises, tactical maneuvers, surface firings, underway replenishments and other maritime operations. Next is, the Indian Army has organized the second edition of the hackathon named Sanya Ranshetram 2.0 from October 2022 to January 2023 under the aegis of Headquarter Army Training Command. The Sanya Ranshetram 2.0 aims to seek solutions to operational cyber challenges and jumpstart and telescope the development time for innovative solutions in the field of cyber security. The prize winners of the event were facilitated by General Major Pandey, Chief of the Army Staff during a virtual function on 17 January 2023. Next is the first joint exercise between the Special Forces of the Indian and the Egyptian Army, Exercise Cyclone 1, started on January 14th at Jaisalmer, Rajasthan, said the Ministry of Defence. The exercise aims to bolster defence cooperation between the two countries and focus on sharing professional skills and interoperability of special forces in desert terrain while undertaking counter-terrorism, reconnaissance, raids and other special operations. Cyclone 1 is the first exercise of its kind bringing the special forces of both the nations on a common platform. The 14-day-long exercise, which is being carried out in the desert of Rajasthan, engages both of the contingents to advance special forces skills such as sniping, combat free fall, reconnaissance, surveillance and target designation, sharing of information on weapons, equipments, innovations, tactics, techniques and procedures. Next is Indian Navy is set to commission the 5th Kalvari class submarine Vagir on 23rd January 2023. The Chief of the Naval Staff, Admiral R. Hari Kumar, will be the chief guest for the ceremony. These submarines are being built in India by the Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, Mumbai, under collaboration with Messrs Naval Group France. 4 of the Kalvari class of submarines have already been commissioned into the Indian Navy. Now our next section is Science and Technology. P.C. Kumar, the Satish Dhawan Professor at the Indian Space Research Organisation and advisor to its Space Science Program, stated that the organization has not yet received approval from the Indian government for the Venus mission and that as a result the mission may be delayed until 2031. Shukrayaan-1, the ISRO Venus mission, was scheduled to launch in December 2024. The concept was conceived in 2012, 5 years later, after the Department of Space got a 23% increase in the 2017-18 budget. ISRO started preliminary investigations. In April 2017, the organization requested payload proposals from research institutions. So friends, that's all from this series. Thank you.